All right, so we are back. It's only been a few months, right? That's not been that bad. DC6, yes sir. Flying the DC6, heading out of Daegu International, heading to Pudong, China. So gonna hit a new country this stream. Let us get our passengers on real quick. Boarding. Sure. All right. Get our bags and passengers in here. Can get our plane set up. So, fun fact: early in the stream, or before the stream started, I was working on my brand new yoke that I bought. My Boeing one just officially crapped out on me, and the yoke would not work. So, in order to take off, I had to literally move the trim wheel because it would only move about this far, and then it'd twitch out. Found out in the bindings that it was connected to a camera setting for some reason, the yoke pitch. So that was the reason why I couldn't use the yoke. The funny thing about it too is if I made the yoke disappear, it would work. Or if I went into external view and I was able to see the elevator go up and down. It was literally like, you guys know Schrodinger's cat, where like the cat is both dead and alive unless you look at it. That was literally what my pitch was. Like if I was looking at the yoke, it would tweak, right? And then when I go into the external view, it would go all the way up. And it was so annoying because I wouldn't be able to take off if I was internal. And the DC6, you can't disappear the yoke. So with like the airliners, when I was doing it before I left, I was able to like make the yoke disappear and then it would work. But this one I couldn't, so I'd only get about this far and it would twitch. But now I have full range of motion, so we are good. Someone spawned in right next to me. Hello, hello. Where are my passengers?
Why are you
Who is that? Mr. Strange. Well, thank you for following. Welcome on board. Been a while since I've said that. It's been a while. It's been a while. But we are so back. We are so back. All right. Heaters are on. Turn our radios on. Let's open our cow flaps. Someone's turning their engine on.
Yeah, that's me.
Heard that. You're showing up as an A320. Are you a fighter?
No. I'm in an RJ85, I think.
Oh, why can't I see you then? All right. The 320. Yeah, I know. It's kind of silly. All right. Let's check our first station. Will be 1151. Cool. Seatbelts, no smoking. Position lights on. Turn our beacon light on. Why not? I'm doing this all in the reverse order that I normally do it. Inverters on. Master switches on. There's no... The passenger bus didn't come.
What server were you? Oh, 1 minute. It's alright. I can see you.
Who's in the DC3 over there?
I'm in having DH7.
Yeah, you two are too close to me. Your names aren't showing up. TB47.
No, I can't see you.
The good old DC3 right over there.
Let me skedaddle on to my bit.
All right.
Boarding is complete.
Do you have GSX?
Yes, I do, but I'm not running it.
Mm. What are you using the board?
The inboard thing or Just Flight's within the aircraft, Just Flight's own little program.
Oh, nice.
But I've just done it as instant
Mm.
because it's going to take me a month of Sundays to program the FMC.
I just got the 767. Didn't work for me my first flight, but it's like RHD simulation, something along those lines. I'm excited. There's no good 767s. 1 second.
What's my cruise altitude? What are you cruising at, Jordan?
16,000.
I'll roll with that.
All right. So I will. Let's get our fuel pump selected. I still didn't even put the amount of fuel in here yet. What are we taking? $9,700. Round up to 10.5. Okay. Weighing about 85,000 pounds. Nice. That sucks I can't see you guys. Am I a white A320 to you guys too?
I haven't actually looked.
Can't see
Yep.
anyone there.
Oh.
People in.
I'll have to look.
See you in paper, that's because I haven't got it.
Yeah, I'll have to.
Don't see Alex's. I do see the DC3.
Yeah, if we do the only one I really will care about after just like this one for coming back would be the last one that I do, which won't be for a while. But I'll try to get all the planes that you guys are flying downloaded so that I can see everyone, because that'll be.
Oh no, I need to get what you're flying. It's your flight. I need to fly what you're
Yeah.
flying.
Oh no, I mean I can't. I don't want you to force to get it, but at least for me to see you guys, I want to be able to
But
see at least you.
for us to get one aircraft, and you get about half a dozen.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, let's get these engines on. Oh, are they still packing? Yeah, they're still packing up. We'll tell them to hurry up. There we go. We're all set. Close all our doors. Cool. Got places to be. All right, engine 2. Fuel pumps on. Start. Prime.
12.
Boost. Magnetos. Cool. Good engine start. Engine 3. Let's start.
3,
Prime.
6, 5, 12.
Boost. Magnetos. Oh, one didn't go.
You flying with Beyond ATC? Just out of interest.
No, because I'm flying with you guys. I didn't want to make it a little bit more convoluted. I could. I mean, it's not too late. I was thinking about that. I was wondering if like they would have an option where you can have like a server where it's ATC, it's AI ATC, but you could fly with multiple people on the same server of Beyond ATC. You know what I'm talking about?
That's a very good Good idea.
Like I'd pay like 10 or 15 bucks a month for that, so that you, me, and Potato can fly with ATC and see each other and get like air traffic control service.
Yeah.
I don't feel like that'd be too hard to do, but
No.
Why
I'll
are you
suggest that
following
next
me?
time. Yeah.
Charlie Foxtrot, thanks for the follow, man. Welcome on board. Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say I'll try to remember that next time they ask on their Discord about anyone got any ideas for new ideas that we can try and do. That's actually a brilliant idea.
Yeah, I know that VATSIM kind of scares some people. I pushed that up a little bit ago. I was asking if anyone wanted to do VATSIM, but I mean, if anyone wanted to do VATSIM, I'd say like a month or two on Beyond ATC, fly once or twice a month or once or twice a week. You'll get where you need to be.
Yeah. Still scares me.
Yeah. Have you done it?
No. Not
Um,
yet. I will one day.
the thing,
I was talking to someone about FATSIM yesterday. He said, "Don't do it."
really?
He wasn't. Yeah, he wasn't keen on it. I think he's probably, or people have heard a few bad things about it, about him being a bit off with people. But I think it's possibly people are going on who've got no knowledge
Yeah.
and going on and not understanding it, and so they're getting their hands wrapped and they're not liking their hands getting wrapped. So they're going into something they probably should have been a bit more forewarned and a bit more sort of knowledge of it before they go and use it.
Yeah. It's yeah, for me, I mean, I've been flying since not a long time, but since 2020 in the same planes that I take to VATSIM. So like I had a good idea of what I was flying. It was just like it was the step of like actually doing it that scared me. You know what I mean? So I got not yelled at, but I had a nice talking to by an Atlanta ground controller, because Atlanta's ground is really weird. So they'll just say like taxi like normal or taxi standard, and I didn't know what that meant, so I thought that was like the fastest way to the runway. But in their procedures, they have an actual, if they say like taxi standard, there is an actual like you follow this route, and it's on the Navigraph like actual chart. And I was like, geez, I had no idea. All right, I am ready to go. Let me know when you guys are.
Nearly. What runway are we going from?
Looks like for the wind, yeah, the one just to, yeah, 1-3. Let's do 1-3 right. If we want to, we could do takeoffs at the same time. We'll just go 2 of us on 1-3 right, 2 of us on 1-3 left. This one is 1151. Got that tuned. All right. Sweet. So let us... I'll get lined up. Brakes. Okay. Flaps. The cool thing about the Turtle Beach is that one, it has the triggers as the rudders, so it actually, oops, forgot to switch to ground or plane power. There we go. So it's like a trigger, so it's not like a button for your rudder, because that's what I was using before, and that sucked. And then it has a trim wheel, so that's pretty cool. All right, clear. Alright. I am on 1-3 left. I'll stay to the left so
Why
someone can
are
go.
you following me?
Call sign Flyboy. Thanks for the follow, man. Welcome on board. I'll stick to the left side so someone can come onto the same runway. All right. All right. Are you on Beyond ATC, Alex?
Yeah, I kind of
This is-
forgot I was, to be honest.
This is DC6 call sign. Right next to a DC3. All right. All set to go. To your right. You're not showing for me. I'm on the what is this? Western Europe servers? Do you mean
I think it is.
do you mean I'm not showing up, like my plane isn't showing up? Because that's probably what's happening. If I'm not showing up at all, maybe we're on different servers.
Oh, of course, I don't know.
How to start a plane. Depends on which one you're flying. This one takes a bit longer than your newer ones. It was showing up, and then when I pulled up, it went away. Oh, we're probably too close. It'll disappear when we're too close to each other. So I think maybe I'm like higher up. So this is Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. Which, speaking of, I'm thinking about trying 24. Thinking about giving it a try. Have any of you guys touched 24 recently?
Yeah, Potato as it was on there yesterday.
Okay.
Sorry, yeah, I was on it yesterday. There's been an update for it.
I heard.
About 2 days ago. Most of the planes are ported over from 2020 all seem to work, all bar one.
Oh, okay.
6,000.
But it will look at your 2020 community folder and drag stuff across, but it won't enable all of them.
Hmm.
There are still quite a lot that the developers obviously said it's not compatible. So when you go to your library, you'll see them, but it'll say disabled.
Oh.
And those that you can enable, you have the option. Some you can't. It just says incompatible.
I know
See
that.
it, but it obviously must look at some files on the in the folders of the aircraft in 2020. It must know whether they are compatible or not.
I know the DC6 is, but and then PMDG is working on the rest of them, but we'll see. I'll try it out later. All right, we're all ready?
Yep.
All right. Spooling up. All right, let's take off in 3, 2, 1, go. And then obviously don't feel like you have to stay this whole flight, and it's going to be about a couple hours, but anytime.
Yeah, for the long run.
All right. I'm passing 80 knots. $120 rotates. Sweet. Gear up. Oh, this is so much better than the crap I was dealing with before I got on. Alright. So, make a right turn here shortly. There's a lot of mountains here, so I'm going to gain some altitude before. Y'all have live weather on?
I've got LRM on.
Oh, shoot. Did I
Oh,
turn
yeah.
LRM on? Okay, I did.
No, that's what I usually forget.
Yeah, this big old cloud,
No.
we're going to
Yep.
fly right through. Okay, so now we're at 1, 2, 3. Okay. So we gotta go to 229 on the CDI, 229. Right turn. Man, this thing likes to take its time climbing. Alright. So... remember this being a lot faster. What's going on here? I guess I ate too much when I was on vacation. It's weighing this thing down.
What have I just pressed?
Alright, so let's do that. How you doing, Alex? Good, right?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. I just hit something on my panel and it just turned all the electrics off on the plane.
Oh no, you're good. I just saw you like flying right by me. I was turning the autopilot on, which is
Right.
on the bottom of
I
my
just turned-
plane. And I came back up and you were just flying right next to me. There you go. Alright. Picking it up a bit.
Right. Throttle back on. Nav on. Vertical speed. There we go. Right.
I had a game I was thinking about playing. Maybe not during the World Tour. But I like chess, but I'm awful at it. So I was wondering, like, if I had, once I was at cruising altitude, opening up games of chess online with people, and every time I lost, I'd have to turn off an engine.
Might not do.
And then a win would turn it back on. But I'd probably lose 4 in a row very quickly.
bit windy up here.
Maybe
Yeah,
I'm just happy I'm flying in Korea. That's another country on my list.
Got a 42 knot crosswind. Oh yeah, that was the thing about VATSIM is each country is different. So like I've only flown in the US, so learning like UK differences in
Yeah.
it would be like a lot to go through the try to learn. So but I'd be more than willing to if we all wanted to. Because I think VATSIM's fun, especially I've never flown with people before, like people I knew, so I feel like that'd be fun. Let's check out our engines. All right. I have to do the math, but I'm still trying to do this by the end of the year. I think I might still have a chance if I really hunker down and do more World Tour
Were
flights.
you doing more than one leg a week?
Yeah,
Right.
my original goal. This is a DC6, Tyler. My original goal was twice a week World Tour, and then once a week just like something else. So either Route 66, or whatever, flying just a regular plane. But obviously that got in the way. Life got in the way, but yeah. Hopefully, if I hunker down and do it, I can get there. Oh, I forgot to turn on my flash. Cool. Next waypoint is 10900. All right, just climbing through 10,000. Potatoes at 14,000 already.
Number 13.
Mine's quite quick this thing.
I'll still never forget that one stream going across the Pacific Ocean when everyone and their mothers wanted to watch. That was quite the event. I always assumed that would be the least busy time because that was 7-8 hours of flying over water. But hey, to each their own. All right. Okay. Why are I have unequal fuel flow? Weird.
I remember when I was flying the 737 once. Spent the whole flight just trying to equal it out.
Interesting. Never had that happen before. Well, on the 737 all the time, yeah. It's like you turn,
Yeah.
and then all the fuel goes into one side. Okay, off. Why are you doing that?
Had the privilege of seeing your president the other day,
You did?
landing in Air Force One at Mildenhall.
Oh. Yesterday I saw a British 777, and I thought of you guys.
Nice.
Not as cool as Air Force One, but
Yeah.
I have never seen Air Force One. I saw Air Force Two, like in November, October-ish, but not Air Force One. Both of you guys are at cruise. I am 3,000 feet
Yeah.
away.
Yep, just pooling along at 190 knots.
Yeah, we'll see what kind of performance I get when I actually get there, but I'm already maxing out my throttle, and I'm at 150 knots.
For some reason, I was doing about 200 before when I was testing this, and now it won't do more than 74. Must have put on a bit of weight in the last 10 minutes. Just trying to figure out why. Would a headwind have something to do with that? That should be showing a higher speed. Shouldn't it?
About 40 knots of pretty much headwind we're facing right now.
Hmm.
Am I doing anything different?
Should we go together?
Hello.
What am I doing
I'm
different?
gonna start dinner.
Okay.
Because Aiden's gonna be home a bit later. Oh,
Fine
gonna
with
be
me.
home a bit later. But it's can just we can eat his
Weird.
That's okay.
rice and chicken.
Yeah.
So you give me a funny look because the microphone's
No, just warning you.
We can hear everything.
It's all right. You can hear.
on.
I was just wondering if the microphone's on when she walked into the room. Be careful
Oh,
what
I-
you say.
Yeah, I do the
No,
same
you
thing
can't
to
hear.
my
I've got
missus.
them in your ear.
Oh,
Yeah. Come on. Come on.
Please do not swear you are live on Channel 4.
Say hello.
My 3 viewers, one of them being Alex, will be very offended if they.
Someone's just suddenly gone camera shy. Microphone, sorry.
All right, 500 feet away. I might turn the boosters on just to so this doesn't take forever. We'll see how fast I am once I'm leveled out. Cool. Alright, cruising for a bruising. Let's get our prop down to 23.
What?
That you need fatter fiber.
Faster.
Fatter.
Fatter. What? To represent me, cheeky kid. I've just been told that I need a fatter pilot to represent me.
Oh, shoot. All right. All right, with the boosters on, I'm going 220 knots.
You'll definitely overtake me then.
What's that, airspeed or ground speed?
Ground.
Right.
Air, I'm only like 190.
I'm doing 188 ground.
Okay. There. Cool. Should we do a quiz?
Yeah.
What are those? Let's see. Which one should we do? It's something we all have general knowledge in outside of aviation. Um. Ooh, what's that? Um. Did the... Hold on. I'm not seeing our flights in the Discord. Let me make sure it's on. The radar. Oh yeah, we're all on the radar. Just didn't update the Discord.
Yeah, I didn't, did it? I wonder. Let's look. That'll be right.
Alrighty. Nine. Cool. All right. Okay.
Right, they'll fire back through again on the Discord.
Appreciate it.
Or at least when we land anyway, they register.
Why is that not showing up? Ah, there we go. Hustling, guys. I'm trying to catch up. Alright.
I'm doing 189 ground speed. Do you want us to slow down a bit?
You don't have to. I'm 211.
No, just look it down just a tad.
Going as slow as I can go. Ground speed's 196.
I'll catch up slowly but surely.
Actually, I don't know.
And the edge of Korea. Oh, you know what it can do? Close my cow flaps all the way. That should raise my airspeed a bit. Maybe.
Down to about, it's coming down a bit more, 170 ground. So if it come down a bit more. It's coming down.
Alex doing a loop.
Yep. Yeah, I forgot my Mars bar. I've got to go back for it.
Okay.
Yeah, I officially retired my... Oh, I'm catching up on to you quick, Potato.
Yeah, I dropped back down to only doing a ground speed of 156. Nip it back up a bit.
Yeah, this is... The plane's getting mad at me for flying as fast as I am right now, but I'll make it work. I didn't miss the wacky races, did I?
No, we haven't done it yet.
Okay.
But we were in the pit specials yesterday around the map loop in North Wales. Would it give us an idea to do something around some kind of city?
Yeah.
Like a race around some kind of city. To find one that's got two prominent buildings that we can use as a circuit.
Okay. Let me think.
Yeah, I've had a look at Paris. There's potentially something in Paris in France. I was just about to have a look at Manhattan, but it's got to be seen. I can't do it around London I've got extra scenery in London, so there's no point in me organising it there because other people may not have that add-on pack, so they won't see all the buildings that I can see.
Got it.
So I'll just have a look at cities that I know I've got. There's no updates or anything done on it.
Trying to think of.
Yeah, I'll just go to major cities, have a look at them all, and just find something that it needs an airport or something we can all take off. Just a bit of fun, really.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we had a bit of a laugh in the Mac loop, but then we found out, hang on a minute, it's a bit too long, this, because they don't go that fast. So we need a really short circuit. Maybe we'd like sort of 10 laps of a short circuit.
Yeah.
So just
Excuse me.
About half an hour would do it.
I know, yeah.
Oh. You know what planes I've been wanting to get into? Those like giant seaplanes, like those old ones. You know what I'm talking about?
Like the one with Howard Hughes, is it one? That
Yeah.
one?
The one with like 8 propellers on it.
Yeah.
And it'll just float. Those look so cool to me for some reason. Like it'd be cool to like fly.
I put it in and I didn't go with it. It does not. It's really slow.
Yes, it's very slow, but I think one of them, like the Boeing one, has like a crazy range. Like you could almost get to Hawaii on a full tank, if I remember correctly. But that would take 12 hours.
Where I live, Jordan, used to be a seaplane base during the war.
Oh,
An experimental one, and they had all kinds of fun planes come out of it.
hmm.
I've got an old book here.
Right, got some quizzes up here.
Oh, sweet.
What do you fancy doing? We have a selection. General. What has she put it down there? A general knowledge quiz, geography, science, history, food and drink, pop culture, sports, animals, Disney. Which one of that lot do you fancy having to go at?
I'm gonna look stupid with any one of them, but
Don't really out. So I'm going to see the answer.
I wonder what sports is that going to be? UK centric or?
I'll have a quick look. Hang on. It looks like it's worldwide. Let's go
Okay.
with the first 10. What does FIFA stand for in English?
Federation? Is it Federation? It starts. Oh wait, is it multiple choice?
No.
Okay.
It basically FIFA must. The words must not be English, so it's what is the English interpretation of it.
Oh, I see.
Asking for it in English. Federation is in there, but it's not the first word of FIFA.
Football
That's a bit of
International Federation Association. I'm trying to think of all these fancy words. I don't know.
It's-
Alex,
yeah,
do you have?
yeah, I don't know. Any idea, Alex, what FIFA stands for in English?
Haven't a clue.
Yeah, International Federation of Association Football.
Oh, I just mixed it up.
I wouldn't have had that. Yeah. Which country has won the most World Cups?
Oof.
Brazil?
I'm gonna say Germany.
It's Brazil.
It is Brazil. Okay.
It's Brazil. Who was the world's highest paid athlete in 2023?
Ronaldo.
Correct. In what city is the NFL Hall of Fame located?
Ooh. You know this one by chance, Alex?
Haven't a clue.
It's Canton.
Oh, yeah.
Canton, Ohio.
Yeah. I'll get this one at Keen Cyclist. Where does the Tour de France finish each year?
Shoot.
Stab in the dark, Paris.
It is, but can you be more precise? It's on a particular road.
Up near the
Quick,
Arctic Trail.
Yeah. It's the main road that goes all the way down, tree line. They go down one way, turn around, and then come back up it.
I don't know the number.
Champs-Élysées.
That's
You were close. Got
Hmm.
Paris and got the tower. You probably won't get this one, Jordan. What do you call it when a bowler makes 3 strikes in a row?
I know this one.
Yeah.
Captain Bolt.
It's a turkey.
Yeah.
Yes. Ah, right.
You got me scared. I was wondering. I was like, do they call it something else over there? I noticed a turkey.
What is the national sport of Japan?
Tiddlywinks.
Ooh.
I'd like to see these fellas do it.
Oh, sumo wrestling.
Yeah, it's the sort of sport I could do, I reckon. with my physique, yeah, sumo wrestling.
There you go.
What sporting event has a strict dress code of all white?
Cricket.
No.
Fencing.
It probably is true cricket, isn't it? But they've not put that down as the answer.
Is it fencing?
Fencing, yeah.
It's tennis, Wimbledon.
Oh, I never noticed that.
It's white, isn't it? But then
Yeah,
again,
but-
like the 2020s are all in different colours, aren't they?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was about to say.
Yeah. Right. That was the last of the general knowledge. Let's go. We're on to. Let's do that one. That's going to be harder. So, I'm going to do Disney. I think a lot of this might be. I'll try and pick out. We'll go on to food and drink, but I'll try and pick out anything that's really specific to the UK. Which country drinks the most coffee per capita?
Ooh. I bet it's a Caribbean country. Or
I
like,
was guessing- I would have said America.
yeah, but I think there's still a lot of tea drinkers here that'll mess with the per capita. I almost want to say like,
What is that?
ugh,
France. They like their cafes and they like their coffee.
Yeah.
I almost want to say
It's
like,
not the right answer. It's not France.
can you give us the continent?
It is Europe.
It is Europe.
Italy.
This has really surprised me. It's not Italy.
Okay, I was just shot in the dark.
Per capita.
Portugal.
Monaco.
I don't think we're going to get it. It's Finland.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Finland. Don't know whether that's got to be wrong there.
Speaking of, I'll get another cup of coffee real quick. I'll still be able to play.
Okay.
All right.
It's going to
Yeah.
be quite a long flight, this, isn't it?
Yeah, again, don't feel like you have to stay the whole time.
I'll stay in as long as I can. Oh. Don't do that with the map.
And I'm thinking about. So the DC-6 I'm going to use because it's the fastest of the few planes I want to fly the world tour in.
Yeah.
But when we get to like the fun parts, like, you know, Europe, North Africa, like where there's a lot of stuff to see, I was thinking of flying a small or a slower plane to kind of catch everything. But
Yeah, with this more scenery.
yes. All right.
Let's look at these questions. Where did sushi originate?
I feel like that's a trick question.
Yeah, for the fish. Japan.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
What
As
is
a-
a Beaujolais?
Oh, a what?
Beaujolais.
Beaujolais?
It's a drink.
Oh.
I was going to say something underneath a Beaujolais B. But I don't know.
That's what I'm familiar with.
I'm just wondering if it's more European than American. possibly might be. But I don't think you'll have them over there. It's a red wine. What is the best-selling stout beer?
Stout.
Yep, correct.
Which one was it?
Guinness.
Okay, I was about to say, but didn't want to sound stupid because couldn't remember what kind of beer Guinness was. But good one.
Yeah. What is the main ingredient in hummus? If you've had hummus, Alice. She partner eats it all the time. Tends to be more of a dip.
Yeah. It's almost like, I don't know.
It's basically made from.
That might sound stupid for this, but like beans, like mashed.
You're close with beans. You're on the right line there. 'Cause we call them chickpeas.
Oh, okay.
But they're saying it's a garbanzo bean.
Oh,
So you were pretty close with B. You might know this one. Don't know. I've heard of it. What is the rarest and most expensive spice in the world by weight? I'll give you a clue. It's red in colour.
that's. If it's expensive, that means I probably haven't had it before.
It's expensive, but when you buy it, you don't get a lot of it. You don't get a lot of it. It's not like extortionate that only the rich can afford it kind of thing.
No.
Anyone can buy it, but it is expensive for the quantity you get because you don't get a lot of it.
Alex, what do you think?
Red in colour.
What was the question
No.
again? Sorry.
What is the rarest and most expensive spice in the world by weight?
Saffron.
Correct.
Oh.
You can buy a pot of it, a little tub of it. But
Yeah.
like, inside that is a little packet with what looks like half a teaspoon of it. Really
A couple of
expensive.
flakes.
Yeah, that's right. What? Where did that one? Which country is credited with inventing ice cream? I don't think you know this.
Italy.
Nope. That's the answer I would have gone for, not knowing, but I don't think you'll get it. Just really random country that you don't really think of having with ice cream.
Luxembourg.
No, it's not European.
It's not European.
No.
Mongolia.
Can't be American. They haven't been about for long.
What did you say? Mongolia?
Yeah.
You're close.
Really?
Yeah.
Nepal.
No. Go more east, I think.
East.
Nepal.
East and Nepal. I'm trying to think off the top of my head. Maybe in stupid. Like Middle East?
No, further east.
Oh.
Egypt.
No, much further east. I'll tell you. It's
Okay.
alright, we'll go over it. Right, just China.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah,
Interesting.
that's a random one, yeah. Oop, that's the end of the food ones, I think. We can do. I don't know whether we should do history because it's probably not going to be world history. This. Although some will have. There's some worth doing. Who was the name of the crime boss who was head of the feared Chicago outfit?
I don't have the slightest clue.
He's American, obviously. Chicago, think of your Tommy guns and the 1920s.
Was
They couldn't they couldn't arrest him and prison him for his actual crime.
It was tax evasion. Yeah, that was
Tax evasion.
why am I forgetting his name? Um,
Do you know my first name? It's not Potato. That
Uh.
might help. My first name's Alan. First half.
Al Capone. There you go. Man, that's funny. Yeah, soon.
Famously crossed the Alps with elephants on the way to war with the Romans.
Oh. Oh.
We'll get it in a minute.
Hmm.
Think of the
No.
movie. Big clue for you there. Think of the movie Silence of the Lambs, yeah? And the main character in it, not the woman, the fella. What was his name?
Got proper brain fog.
Do you want me to tell you?
Like I said, I'm not going to sound smart with these, but go ahead. Yeah.
That's Hannibal.
Of course it was.
Hmm.
Right. I don't think Alex will get this, but I think Jordan should. Which famous historical document begins with the words, "We hold these truths to be self-evident"?
That's the
I'll be shocked if you know this, Alex. I'll be impressed, not shocked. Because this is, I would have thought, would be a question for Jordan. Because it's an American.
is it the Bill of Rights?
No. But you're probably on the right track.
Trying to think of the other name for it, or another name.
Do you want to know it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did it?
Okay. It's the Declaration of Independence.
Independence.
Hmm.
Of course it is.
That all men are created equal.
Unless you're a member of Parliament. I'll just go through the questions quick and see if we can get a more general one. Okay, you both might know this one. What was the name of the German military strategy of rapid, overwhelming attacks?
Blitzkrieg.
Yes. In what decade was the internet created?
70s.
70s.
So you're saying 70s, Alex?
Yeah, 70s or 80s.
60s.
Ah. Oh yeah, we Man on the Moon in the 60s. They had super giant computers back then. I should have known that.
I'll get this question then, because it's related. What was the primary cause of the Great Irish Famine?
Potatoes.
Hey! Yeah.
What caused it? Was it just bad weather, or was there like a? Did they all get infected? Like, what caused the potatoes to go bad?
Don't know, but I know they all came over here to Liverpool from Ireland
Hmm.
in their
Hence-
100s.
Hence the accent.
Yeah. Nice easy one, and I know who's going to get this first. What was the code name for the Allied invasion of Normandy?
Oh, of the actual.
The code name.
Was it Operation Overlord?
Yep,
It was.
correct. I know Alex knows his World War
Yeah.
II stuff.
And I thought I'd let Jordan have a go at that.
I think that's the last of the history ones I've seen on this one.
I need to get better at my World War II history. I've been
Where
like,
I live, you can't not know it.
yeah.
To be honest. Yeah, we've just got loads of World War II history on board. So much of it.
Yeah, I've been stuck in like the Vietnam to like early 2000s U.S. conflicts that I've been reading up on, but I need to go back to World War II.
We've got everything from World War II all the way through to Cold War to present day around here. It's so rich in history, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, just being in a spot that.
Ken says hi, Daddy.
Hello,
Radar
Kinsey girl.
Radar was invented about 5 miles from where I live.
Wow, there you go.
They're big towers, aren't they?
You are?
Those tall towers, a big like, well, it was like multiple towers linked together with like a big mesh, wasn't it?
Yeah, chain home. Chain home radar.
I need to scan a few load them, but then get this book finished, don't I? I sort of started and then I didn't carry on. Because once that's done, I think the easiest way for it is for me to put it into Word, Microsoft Word, because I think everyone's got that. I think I can then put it in as a PDF, compress it 40 odd pages, I think it is. And I need done like 6, and I kind of just drowned them all. I was busy doing all the stuff. But I will try and get that done. I could probably sit here. All you have to do, you just get your phone and just take a photo of the page, and your phone will convert the image to text. Then all I do is just transfer that onto the PC, and the PC I can put it into a Word document then. But I have got, there's a few typos in it and grammar, so like it picks up. So I'm once I've imported the page in, I've then got to go through and highlight and do a spell check and stuff on it just to get the grammar, spell and stuff done. So it takes a little bit longer just doing that, and it doesn't always fit correctly on an A4 page, so then you're having to put the margins and stuff like that to get it all to fit in per page. But I'll get there, and once it's done I'll have to see what size it is. I don't know whether I could put it through here on the server, on this Discord. It might be too large a file. I'll just wait to see what size it is, and if it is too large, I'll just throw it into the Dropbox account, and then just create a shared file in there, and then you can just download it from there. It don't take seconds to download.
Be a good read.
Oh yeah, it is definitely.
I can't remember if I.
Sorry.
Sorry, I can't remember if I asked you this last time, but you mentioned it. But do you have an iPhone?
I don't know.
Because there's a way to take a photo and turn it into a PDF from an iPhone, and there's a million apps that do the same thing, just to make it easier instead of, because I know you're having the problem with scanning.
It's not, to be honest with you, it's quite easy. It was actually my daughter recently when I mentioned it, because I was looking for her copy of it.
Mm-hmm.
There's 2 copies floating about in the family. I've got one. I think my daughter. I didn't know who had the other one, so it was my daughter. When I said, "Why do you need it?" and I said, "Oh, we'll just take a photo of the page with your phone, and then that'll convert it to text, so it's instant." So that it's really easy to do. And all I do is I've got Bluetooth on the PC to sit here.
Oh, okay.
Just send across all the file, the screenshots if you like, dump it into Word, and then it just do a spell check and a grammar on it, and then just make sure it fits correctly. But it doesn't take long. I mean, I did the 6 pages in about 5-10 minutes.
Yeah. Sorry, I remember the last time we talked about it.
Yeah.
You were trying to get it.
Yeah.
So
I was
that's
seeing if
good.
I could get it on. Yeah, because I was going to initially thought I might have to just scan every page on the scanner.
Mm-hmm.
But then my daughter said, "No, just take a photo." It's a new generation, isn't it?
There's a few folks right below us.
Have you got anyone on YouTube or on your side there, Jordan, that are following you?
No, it's mostly just to keep a record of it. So when I'm all done,
Yeah,
I could kind of like.
There's two names in front of me have been there for a while. Seem to be going in a similar direction. Might be able to turn altitude now.
Yeah, I think they're on this airport on this little island right here.
Ah, right, it's coming up. Yeah, I just noticed the altitude actually.
Yeah. No, YouTube's just kind of to keep a record of it. I have one of my buddies that doesn't have TikTok, so he'll pop in there every once in a while, but few and far between. All right, right turn.
You want any more quizzes?
Sure. Whenever you guys are down for 'em. Oh, I forgot to mention to you guys. So by the way, when I was up visiting family, I was driving to meet a buddy at a golf course, and I ran across. I don't know if these are a thing in the UK. There's only a few of them in the country here in the US, but it's a neighborhood, and in the center of it is a runway, and everyone has Cessnas, and they could just like go and take off from literally their front yard.
Yeah, we don't have them in the UK, but I've seen those.
And I just drove by one. It was crazy.
Yeah.
If I ever win the lottery, moving in right there.
They're having a car on the driveway. They've got planes on them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was
But
quite the scene.
I think it's like you've got no restriction on space in America because it's so vast. I think in the UK, I don't think that ever. I wouldn't see that happen just because it's a smaller country.
Oh yeah.
You never know.
Yeah, we have more space than we need. If you ever, for people, when I drove across the country for the first time, that was my first time seeing, like, man, like 70% of America is just empty land.
Yeah.
And then everyone just flocked towards the water.
Yeah.
Unless there's a river or the ocean.
I mean, it gets me with it. Wales is a bit like that by us.
Mhm.
You drive through Wales, right? You'll go through a little country lane and it'll go for 10, 15 miles. And then all the houses clump together.
Mhm.
The little tiny houses. So you go through that village, and another 10, 15, 20 miles, you get to another little village. So why don't you just spread out along that road? You'd have loads of room.
Well, it's funny. So, history for you in the U.S., we are laid out just like that. It's like every 50 miles going east to west, you can normally there's a small city there, and that was caused by the railroads. So as they were building the railroad across the United States, they would stop and kind of build the infrastructure for a little city so that those people could stay there as they continued building the railroad. So if you are going, which those railroads kind of, the major highway systems kind of followed along where those railroads were built. So there's cities almost very much equidistant from each other going from east to west across the country because, 100 years ago or,
Like a lot
200
of
years ago.
US cities, the roads and avenues are all parallel.
Mm-hmm.
We don't do anything like that here.
Yeah, we're all blocked.
Yeah, you're in blocks. Doesn't happen here.
It's funny as I noticed that when I'm flying into the UK, it's like all these crazy puzzle pieces of land. Like, oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, when you were talking about the railroad and every 50 odd miles, what was quite interesting is we've been visiting some of the local towns and cities in Cheshire, which is local to me.
Mm-hmm.
And it's quite interesting because you see on the old buildings, you'll always find with this. I live quite close to Chester. Then you've got Whitchurch, Nantwich, which was the one we went to. We went slightly further south, but every town, they're only like 15, 20 miles apart, but they all have what's called a coach house, and you can tell what it is. It has the big arch where the carriage would go in with the horses, so they can change horses and stop over. And you'll see like these old pubs, and they'll have something attached to it, and you'll see the big arch. It's probably all bricked up. A lot of them aren't used. You can see it's all bricked up, but you can still see that arch where the horse and carriage would go in. And there's a lot. Nearly every Cheshire town has these, coach houses, as they were called, because they'd be on horse and carriage going all the way from, like, I don't know, from Liverpool all the way down to London. It'd probably take them about a week.
Yeah.
They always have to change your horses, or
Yep.
if it was too long, they'd stop over. It'd be like a pub stroke hotel, but they'd have spare horses and the carriage race could go in. But it's quite interesting when you see the old buildings. So you always get to see one of these archways where the horse and carriage would go in.
Which is also how pubs started out, because they were effectively toll houses or stables for the horse and carts.
Yeah.
So they'd have to go in, and there'd be a toll house next door to that. They'd have to pay their fare for the next stretch of road, and then crack on the next day. Kind of thing.
Yeah. Where I live, it's quite a small peninsula, so I've got the Irish Sea one side and two rivers on the other. So it was mainly marshland where I am, and a lot of Wirral. I'm going back some, but we had smugglers because we've got about 4 old lighthouses along the front and one inland, and they weren't there to stop ships hitting what was the marshland. The estuary coming into Liverpool is very treacherous. There's a lot of sandbanks. So what the ships used to do is, the first lighthouse, if you can imagine, number 1, which is on your left hand side, when they lined that lighthouse up with the one in the middle of Wirral, they knew they were in the right place. So they just used to go across the top of Wirral, following these lighthouses, keeping each one in line in turn. But what the crafty smugglers used to do, they used to light fires to confuse the boats, so they'd run aground onto the sandbanks, then go out and salvage and get all the stuff off, and then smuggle it, get it back. And we have caves called Red Nose Caves where they used to put all their ill-gotten gains. But what they used to do, no one could come into the market because they didn't know their way around, and it was like with the worry that you went into sinking sand, you're going to kill yourself. So eventually, after a lot of smuggling went on, and a lot of upset mariners and ship owners and that losing their cargo, they had a toll road made, which is literally just a stone's throw from my house. It comes right past, basically past the little estate I'm on.
Matthew.
There's a little stone bridge goes over there, and you had to pay to go on that, but they built it so the police could come in to get the smugglers. Quite interesting. Quite a bit of history around here. Old history, sort of like that. So that's interesting little ditty.
So real quick, Matthew, were you still looking to do VATSIM? Because I was talking to these guys and some of the people that I know do flight sim. We were looking to, at some point, try to build the courage to do a VATSIM flight. So I didn't know I know you were talking about it earlier. I don't know if you ever ended up doing it, but sorry, you guys can continue. That's a crazy story. Catch the smugglers.
Yeah. Because of big port, isn't it, Liverpool? Yeah. We've got a couple of good museums over there. One is the slavery one. Because, of course, it was a massive slave trade in Liverpool. That's where it used to come in.
Yeah,
So there's a
very old port, isn't it?
Yeah. You've got something called the Albert Dock, which is one of the old preserved docks where the ships used to come in and unload. They've done quite a good job with it all, to be fair. On that side of it, we've got a museum in Liverpool, which is just all about Liverpool.
Yeah, I haven't done
got
VATSIM yet. I have just
it's
been
called
very
the
busy.
Maritime Museum, but basically, some of it's about the shipping, but the whole top floor is just all about the slave trade and the stuff that went on, and they've got a lot of artifacts that were brought back from Africa. So that's really interesting. Of course, and we've got a world museum, but Albert Dock's pretty good to go around. Kind of been preserved how it was. So if you ever
Let me know when you
urge to
do.
go up to Liverpool,
Would love to
they're
fly
the
with
two
you.
things I'll definitely have a look at. And I haven't been to it. We've got a war room as well. Yeah, yeah. It's. Yeah, I always used to think it was under. We have this huge building on the front in Liverpool called the Liver Buildings. Well, we have there's three, well, the three Graces. The big one is the Liver Buildings. I thought it was under there, but it's not. It's further back. There's a war room there, and I believe there's a large building on. Oh, it's the name of the road. It was a big bank, and a lot of the gold from London was stored under there in Liverpool, because obviously they knew with the Blitz and they knew that the bombing that was going to go on.
Yeah,
They moved the gold out of London and they put it in. A lot of it went into one of the big Liverpool banks. But there's a building there with a war
Sure
room in
thing
it.
won't
I
be
haven't
until
been.
the
I must
middle
go
of the
to it.
summer. They'll have some
Yeah,
stuff
they've got,
planned in
like-
the beginning.
Like the press rooms, because we've got.
Right on, man, no rush.
We've got a Hack Green, which is one of the secret nuclear bunkers. And that was secret, but
yeah.
well advertised.
yeah.
But it's quite interesting, that one, because again, all the rooms have been left exactly as they were.
It's,
But we've got one in Liverpool, a war room up there, so we must go and have a look at it.
yeah, we've got one down here.
Yeah,
Kelvedon Hatch, which again, secret nuclear bunker that's plastered
Yeah.
with tourist attraction signs from like 50 miles out, kind of thing. But
yeah.
We
Friend was
used to have
telling us,
Yeah, we used to have another small one as well, literally, I think that's about 20 miles away, at a rugby club where I used to play rugby, which was more of a regional one, more than a national one kind of thing. But yeah, that's now been filled up with concrete and built on, unfortunately.
mate was telling me when he's down there, he went to Bletchley Park.
I will be back
and he
later.
said that was amazing.
Norwich, man.
place
Thanks for
to go
popping
to.
in.
Yeah, that's on my list.
Yeah, he went. It was actually a sort of a last minute thing. He was down there to visit something else, and I thought, well, we'll go in. And he said, I wish I'd spent all day there. He said it's absolutely it was brilliant.
A lot of people I know have said that, and the amount of
Yeah.
times I've been driving through Milton Keynes or something, and I see it, and I'm like, oh, don't, if we could, I keep saying to this, it's like we could pop in and go there, but it's like 2 o'clock in the day, kind of thing. It's like we wouldn't be able to give it justice.
Yeah. Well, this is what he was saying. You need an all day.
Yeah.
You need a day for it. Right, I'm just going to leave my autopilot on and shoot down for a quick bite to eat,
Oh, no rush.
and I'll be back.
Yeah, no
Right.
worries.
Yeah, I'll be back before it finishes easily. I'll be as quick as I can. Catch you in a bit.
See ya. Still trying to figure out why I'm.
What you got going on?
I just my fuel burn isn't level for some reason. I don't know why. What else could that be?
I don't know much about your plane, but I'm assuming it hasn't got an APU or anything like that on.
No. Let me check. Plane battery. Magnetos. Something Google can't answer, I guess.
Yeah.
Let me see. DC6. Engines, 3, burn fuel.
Apocalypse as well.
Okay, let me check this. No. Really interesting. Yeah, I have no clue why that's going on. It's almost definitely user error. It's just been a while since I've hopped in here, but it's like 200 gallons per hour more. Weird. Yeah, I have no idea. Okay. So what was it that you do for work, Alex?
So I work in transport and warehousing.
Fun.
So, yeah. So I look after can be anything between 3 to 6 drivers and trucks, and pick up containers from the dock here in Felixstowe, bring them to our warehouse, empty out the containers, and then deliver them in sort of like curtain-side lorries to wherever they need to go, basically.
Hmm.
Yeah, absolutely love it. Every day's a different day, so that's kind of the main bulk of work what we have around here. So I've literally got Felixstowe dock on my doorstep here.
Hey.
One of the biggest docks in the UK. So yeah, it's either that or anything else really.
I'm a transporter in the army here, so I know kind of like the logistical side, like the planning, movement, and long term, how you're organized to keep supporting, So I know a little bit about that.
Yeah. Well, it's the same principles really. Exactly the same principles.
But yeah, it's fun. I geek out over stuff like that. Was it you that's on? I see it on the Discord a lot. Someone in Potatoes Discord, they play OpenTTD.
Yes, I do. Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah, I play it too. So I remember seeing that. I was like, oh, someone else plays OpenTTD.
Yeah.
And it's
I've played that since Transport Tycoon itself actually came out, decades ago. So, Yeah, I love that game. I can get lost in that game for hours.
oh, same.
Hours.
And it's just, yeah, I guess we get home from work and then we go and we do more work because that's basically it. Obviously, I'm not building railroads in real life, but just kind of anticipating, loads and just the logistics side of it. Yeah, my brain can't get enough.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm exactly the same. And just trying to squeeze every ounce of profit I can out of a route as possible as well. And yeah.
Oh yeah. The satisfying feeling of paying off your loan.
Yeah.
Just to get another one later so that you can upgrade something else.
Exactly.
Oh, that's so much fun. I can't remember. Is there an online capability for that, or would you have to like host a server?
Yeah, there is an online capability for it.
No.
So I'm on their Discord as well, the OpenTV Discord.
Oh, I'll have to join it.
Yeah, they do loads of stuff on there as well. But yeah, I just mainly just go on there just to look for updates and stuff like that because I just run my own little add-ons in my own game kind of thing.
Oh, I have a million of them that it would just like I'd get this scenario and it's like, oh, you need these 6, mods.
Yeah.
So I have more than I can count probably.
Yeah, same.
One of them was like the modern airliners, so you'd get like the 747, the Concorde, the pretty sure the DC-6 is in there. DC-3 is certainly, because I think that's the plane you start with. And then they have all the more modern ones.
Yeah, I love that game. As I say, sometimes I just end up sort of like just building my own map and then just playing that, like having stupid amounts of industries over one side and then all the factories on the other, and then just
Yep. Yeah, I normally set it up for like a decent amount of cities, but like a low amount of resources. That way it's a lot longer of a route, so it pays a lot more.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And then I just get a little tiny, I put 3 little bus stops in one city, so it'll grow. And then I find like some random goods, way out, and then build a long rail into the city.
Yes.
Oh, so fun. Then the city builds around the station, so then you get more people and it's so fun.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. If I'm in a passenger mindset, which sometimes I'm often not, I'm all about goods, but I'll build sort of like a ring around the city with 4 stops, sort of like north, east, south, west kind of thing,
Mm-hmm.
and then just have that running while I do goods, and then my city's expanding. Right, okay, I'll do another ring, and then like sort of like metros kind of thing.
Yeah. Oh. I missed out on something. Was that Robert Percy with the Heart Me? Appreciate you, buddy. Yeah, I remember the best one I had. There was like 4 cities, and I built a loop around all 4 that had passenger routes going through it. But then, like, at random corners of the circle, I had like industry, like goods coming in, and it would just like fall in line with the rest of it and drop it off at a random city and then go back to where it started. And it was like so beautiful. I just sit and watch it.
Yeah, yeah.
Because it was just so well.
I know exactly what you mean. There's always a sense of achievement, isn't there, when something just works perfectly.
Yeah. And I had so many people look over my shoulder and, what game is that?
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah.
You on
It
about
needs to come with an
SimCity?
addiction warning, it really does.
Close. It's OpenTTD. It's a free version of like a more logistical. It's like Transport Tycoon, but free and in my opinion better.
Yeah.
Because I remember seeing a way to exploit like some of the more modern like Transport Tycoons, where you just like you take out a loan, you start at one corner of the map, and then you build a rail to the other. And then it gives you like crazy amounts of money because it only worries about distance. But OpenTTD, it's like, yeah, the maintenance is per mile. So if you build like a super long rail, then you're paying more to keep your train.
Exactly.
Oh, it's yeah, so good. So good.
Yeah, super basic concepts, but they've done it extremely well.
Oh, yeah. All right, so we're about a half hour from descent, and then 45 minutes to arrival. Again, do not feel like you have to sit here and wait the whole flight. I can.
Yes, you do.
You made me jump.
You've got to sit here as long as we are.
I've got you trapped now. And while you're at it, get your credit card out. You're buying the DC-6 before we land. Yeah, it was so funny. This was just a random plane I bought. Probably like 6 months ago now. I was just like, yeah, I need a new plane. I'm bored of airliners. I'm bored of flying autopilot. And then I came across this. It was on sale.
Nice open TTP. We'll have to look at that.
TTD, Tango Tango Delta. Yeah, free download. And it's loads of fun. If you're into like logistics and because you move people and goods by car, rail, or airplane.
Yeah.
And you have like all these cities and all these resources nearby, so you build up your cities by giving them goods or moving people around in the city, and then you can upgrade your vehicles, your trains. Oh, dude, yeah, you need to. We were just talking about it because I saw on Discord that Alex here, he plays it every once in a while, and I have it. You know what's funny? Hold on, I could show you it real quick because I have it on my. Do some.
The best way to put it is like, so if you've got say like an industry in there, so you've got coal being an example, you've got a coal mine that needs to take the coal mine to the power plant. So you build either some roads with a truck or railroad with your trains and whatnot, and then you get paid for however much you transport to that industry.
Oh.
And different industries pay different money, and you get paid more depending on the efficiency of it, and it's highly addictive.
I opened 1 million of them. Hold on. All right, so I'll move this down here. Do some in-flight entertainment.
Is your DC-6 the PMDG one?
Yes, sir. And it already works on 24. So like PMDG's issue is a lot of like the autopilot updates to 2024 versus 2020. The DC6 obviously they have like the little tiny GPS, but it doesn't have like the FMC, like all that stuff. So what's going on here? Potato with the game controller. Appreciate you, buddy. Much appreciated. Let me get. Appreciate you, man. All right, so this is OpenTTD. So I don't know if I have a game. Yeah, I haven't played on here yet, but oh my goodness, what now? Potato in Paris. I didn't even know that was a gift.
We haven't got spuds anymore, so I have to do what Paul did and take some Paris now.
Dude, appreciate it, Potato. Means a lot. Man. Where was I going with that? Oh yeah, so you can. I'll just load in real quick. So here's what it looks like. So you have these little cities, and then this is what we're talking about. This will produce coal. So if I were to build a rail from here to, that's going to be a bad example. Here you go. All right. So if I were to build a rail from here, the coal mine, to the power plant, I would get paid for transporting that good, and then it gets burned at the power plant, so you don't get to do anything after that. But like, let's say a farm, right? There's a farm right here. So if I move equipment from this farm to the factory will take the farm goods and turn it into a crate of goods. I could then take that crate of goods to the city, and then the city will pay me money for that. So there's also, on the water, you can move it by boat. You can move from city to city. So if I wanted to, I could build. Let's just say there to there, and then I can build, oops, not there, there. I don't know why this is so finicky. There we go. There we go. All right. So you do that, and then you can build a depot, which will be where your trains go through maintenance. Okay. And then you could build your train. And then, so I got an engine. I'll just do a passenger car. And we'll do 3 of them. And then you send it on a route. So it'll go here, and then it'll go here. Okay. And then I will clone it, so there'll be 2 of them. And this one I'll send the other way. And then go. So now these trains are going to go pick up people here. And then this other train will pick up people over there. And you can get sexy with it, because you can get these lights so that it'll follow. There you go. So it'll stop here, and then if it's clear, it'll give it the green light like that. And it'll move here, and it'll sit here and wait until it picks up all passengers, right? There you go. So that's OpenTTD. Because then you could branch off, and this is oil, right? So I could branch
We'll
this
be
off.
downloading that tomorrow.
Yeah, man. If you need help or anything, I'd love to help you out. I'm still working on like getting the online thing to work, so we could play with more people. Because it gets boring when you're all by yourself. But yeah, let's open TTD.
Yeah, great little game.
I know
I'm-
something like that, but I don't know what it was called. But you had to put electric water mains in where you're building towns and roads. I don't know what it was called.
Probably SimCity.
Could have been. Yeah. Yeah, I think it was actually. I'll be right. Because that was many moons ago.
Why does... Hold on. I just realized he didn't have text-to-speech. Robert, let me fix that real quick. Alright. If you're still in, Robert, try talking. He just gave you TTS.
What runway are you looking to land at?
I'm here.
The wind. There we go. The wind
That's looking for
is going to be a direct crosswind no matter where we go. Could do one of the 1.6s, maybe 1.6 right.
yeah.
Yeah, I put an approach for that end. The 1.6 right or 1.7 right.
Yeah, because that last waypoint will lead us a bit to the north.
Yeah.
So you just turn into.
But yeah, you're right. At the minute it's looking like a crosswind. But that'll change as you get down. Always does.
And honestly, I'm not too worried. This plane will fly slow enough where if I have a tailwind, it's not going to be the end of me like it would be if it was a jet. So just let me know what you guys need to do. ILS is very finicky. I've got it to work once in here. Believe it or not, the DC-6 can fly an ILS approach. But I can get it. I can like look at it through my CDI, but I won't actually be able to like tune to it to where it'll automatically fly it. I've only gotten it to work like once or twice. Need me to slow down for you guys?
No, just go.
No, you're fine. Yeah, you're fine.
Cool. Sam, how you doing, bud? 250. Okay. Yeah, maybe we could do that once we reach cruising altitude. If we get a group of people again, we get bored, we could just do an open TTD, open a new save, and just like first to however many dollars wins.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, it's good to be back. It's good to be back in the cockpit.
It's
Been
good to be flying with you, mate.
been a while. Yeah, I'll see. I'm working from home a lot more during the summer, so I don't know how many more legs of the Spitfire you guys have, but
Loads. We'll still be here next year.
is what time? What time do you guys normally kick that off?
7 o'clock
7
our time.
7. So that's noon mine. Okay. As long as you don't tell my boss, I could probably get away with doing that. I'll just have to be like on call. But no, I'd love to catch a leg or two of that with you guys.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we're in Russia at the moment, so I think we've just got sort of like a third of the way there.
Oh, really?
Why don't
Yes.
we do, if Jordan can find a weekend time?
Oh, 100%. Yeah,
We can move one of them to the weekend if that's easier.
yeah, definitely.
I mean, I'm free weekends. I think most people here who are doing it are free at the weekends. So if that's easier for you, Jordan, we'll move one of the legs to a Saturday or a Sunday that you can make it.
Whatever. Yeah, whatever makes it easier for you guys. Because yeah, I'll accommodate. That's your guys' show, so I'll accommodate however you guys wanted to do it. But yeah, if you wanted to fly a weekend, I can. My availability goes up exponentially.
Exactly. No, we can do it at a time that kind of suits you a bit more. Rather than what was it, midday? So well, that's not too bad for you. If we were 7 o'clock Saturday or a Sunday,
Mm.
I mean, we could even change the time. We're fairly flexible. We could just if it's a case of one weekend. If you said, right, next weekend I've got a bit of a free weekend on Saturday,
Mm-hmm.
we'll move that Wednesday to the Saturday.
Okay. Yeah, or like if I know things come up for a lot of you guys, so if you end up canceling, I can see if you guys wanted to push it to a Saturday, if someone can't make it, and then I can certainly kind of jump in with you guys then. I need to get the Spitfire still though, so
That's going to be easier for you, isn't it? If we did it on a couple of the legs of the weekend, where you're free on a weekend to do one.
Oh
Just
yeah.
move that Wednesday to a Saturday or a Sunday, so you can get a chance to do it properly then.
Yeah.
You're
No.
going to be sat there on call because Nomal's done that. He has a job where he's on call, and guarantee it, as soon as he comes in, he gets a call. He's got to go.
Oh,
Yeah. 100%.
it's like work knows.
Yeah.
They
It
know.
happens every time. So I wouldn't entertain. I'd be happier moving it to the weekend.
Sorry
there's a
if I missed
weekend
anything.
day that
Ran
we
into the
can
chip
make it,
shop.
We'll just move it to the weekend. They bother to me, and I think everyone. It's only me, Alex. There's been a couple more. We've had a couple. Manny's been in, hasn't he? I think Charlie's been in. So there's been 3. I mean, yesterday, what were we doing? We had Gaz in. It was me, Gaz, Charlie. I think there was 2 Charlies in there. And there's a couple others jumped in. I was trying to tell because there must have been.
You said you had 8 at one point, I think.
I think at one point there were 8, and I was like you lot need to be here on a Wednesday, 7 o'clock. So I'll just try and put more feelers out. Maybe if we do it at a weekend, it's better. It might be easier for other people who don't know. But I think we'll stick to the Wednesdays unless if Jordan, if you want to come to me, if you say you've got a weekend where do you know what, guys? I think next weekend I might have a day free. If we'll move it. We'll just move that weekend, the Wednesday to the weekend.
Yeah, no worries if.
Because then you can do it without the worry of, because you know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
As you start 5 minutes later, sorry guys, got to go, phone's going.
Exactly. Yeah. I'm happy to move it if we want to get involved in a couple, 100%.
Yeah.
It's better for us as well, more the merrier.
Yeah. But yeah, I'll see if we can get Gaz in on that. Drag him along. Yeah, I think he's happy to come along. I think he does struggle a little bit. He has a health issue. It's not near, but his focus will just go and he'll drift. But I think he'd be happy to come along on them. But I know he does singing as well. Streams some singing. So I don't know whether Wednesday might collide with that. I don't know, but I'll have a chat with him. I was in his live the other day. We were having a good chat with him about one thing and another. So, and I think when he knew we were jumping on Spitfires, he loves his Spitfires. You see,
He does.
So
Yeah, exactly.
Because
Whenever
really
I'm flying around with one, he always jumps on and joins me. So.
if we can get him in, that's 4 of us, maybe a couple of the other lads in. If we can get 6 or 7, it makes a great screenshot.
100%. I mean, anyway, looking at the flights that we've got left to do, there's going to be some that we're going to be doing over the weekend anyway, because we won't get them done on a Wednesday night. So.
Right. We can.
I got some long hauls.
Yeah. To say the least. Like our longest so far has been 524 miles, which took us just short of 3 hours.
You've got to eke the fuel back, haven't you? And the throttle mixtures and all that lot just to get that far.
Yeah.
I remember right, I didn't have an awful lot left.
What Spitfire? Because I remember I looked a little bit ago. What specific Spitfire do you guys fly?
It's the Flying Iron.
Yeah.
Made by a company called Flying Iron Spitfire.
Flying Eye?
Flying Iron. IRON.
Flying Iron. Okay.
Yeah. The thing you use to get the creases out of your shirts.
Flying Iron Supermarine Spitfire. Okay. Yeah. Cool. I'll get it once I land. I'll have a go with it.
Yeah, just looking, like we've got a few 500 odd nautical mile legs to do.
I think the really long ones are the ones that people will shy away from. You get in all the time. Because they'll just be too long. People want to sit here for 3 hours or more doing one flight. I think maybe I'll push it on the shorter ones.
Yeah, definitely.
Like coming up, I think we'll get more people in on them.
Yeah, there's quite a few 200 and 300 ones. So yeah, definitely. And like the last one as well was one we need a big push on. Even that's 267, which is from the Holland from back to Goodwood. And we're just trying to do a really big push on. Sort of like trying to get loads of random people in, to be honest, on that one as well.
I'll stick a load more videos out as we go along, I think, just dedicated for that.
Yeah.
On the FS Hub Discord server, they have VA.
Sam, thanks for the heart, me buddy.
Channel. And loads of people put loads of stuff in on that, and I'll just put something in about our flight, being the finale and stuff like that.
What was funny, when we were flying yesterday with like 6 or 8 of us in, we'd all pretty much in Spitfires, took one short stealing. I did notice someone who popped in, so I might contact them to see if any of their guys are interested. That was Battle of Britain Memorial Flight. They have a channel. They popped in, didn't say anything. I saw it, and I mentioned it to Gaz because Gaz flew with them, but they asked him to leave. Don't know why. I didn't like to ask.
Yeah.
I think they have a formation team, so to speak. But if they're flying it, I might just send them a message, tell them what we're doing. If any of their guys would they be interested to come in and follow along in Spitfires? If we get a few more in there, and then they maybe push it a bit and might get some more people in. Yeah. I'll just test the water, pop him a message, and see. He may say no. I have a sneaky suspicion that it will be no. It's a bit clicky,
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me.
It's like one of the guys who's running it, don't know who it is. I don't know the full story, but they have an FS 98 Lancaster that they ported over to 2020, but they won't release it. You have to be with them to fly it. I mean, you know, someone's done the work, you know, I kind of understand it. So it makes it unique to them because there isn't a Lancaster available publicly. So they keep it only with the people who are in their flag. And probably those who fly with them regular get a copy of it or get a version of it. So to me, I think it's going to be a bit clicky, but I'll pop them a nice message and just say this is what we're doing. Any of you guys be interested, you're more than welcome to, you know, come along and join in the flights and see what happens. I think there's another one as well. I think there's more than one that are flying, you know, World War II era. I'll have to try and find
I'm going to be right back. Sorry. 1 second.
But yeah, that's one that I'll have to get in touch with, I think. Just see what they say. If they say no, it doesn't bother me.
Looks likely. Yeah, looking at the flights as well, we are actually halfway. As in on the around the world Spitfire.
Yes, okay. And people might be more interested when it gets closer to their home, you know, like Europe and places like that, because majority of the viewers and that are all in Europe. There's a few obviously in America than that. But it's mainly Europeans that tend to come in and fly, so they might be more interested when we get back to those. But I'm guilty, I don't push out many videos, even on my own channel. I mean, it's that one I did, I've actually used CapCut for that one I put up today. Which is some nice templates there, don't get me wrong. It's just a pain in the arse because you'll use a template, you'll drop your photos in it, and then when you run it and see how it's going to look, the pictures don't look right. They're just cropped in some stupid ways. You've got to take it out and start again. So it's a bit of a pain. And I need really short video clips as well. I'm guilty of not doing screen records. If I can do more screen records and have like a few little 5-second video clips, that I think looks better than just having like a slideshow.
Yeah. Yeah, we could get like what I should probably do is, because I'm still struggling with the replay option on here, and I know that it's not like a perfect system yet. Just having someone like on the ground record a couple landings and takeoffs, you know, just to like either have like a because I know a few of like the streamers that like do this way more often, they'll have like a stream starting screen, you know, just to like so that people start piling in at the right time. Or just like for videos, you know, just hey, I'm going live at this time, you know, and then have like some of those stock landing, takeoff, whatever little videos to make. So
I know someone who is quite good at doing those fly pasts and that. I don't know whether he'd jump in and do some videos for us, but I can ask him. But he has his own entourage, let's say, that he flies with, and he's always in the Eurofighter. That's the only plane you see him in. But they do. I don't get this. They do the what do they call it? Air shows. So there'll be a group of guys. Someone's on the ground with the camera following him, and they'll just do fly pasts and you know, the stunts and tricks that they do at an air show, and that's all they do. And I don't get that side of it. It doesn't interest me. But the guy who does the video camera work and does the recording does quite a good job. Because I'm useless at that. Absolutely useless. It's hard enough trying to follow the aircraft, but like you need to zoom in as well, and it's hard.
Yeah.
It's tricky.
That's why I always try to land first and try and get something. It's so difficult.
Yeah. But if I ask him nicely, if I said if he can jump into 20, he's got 20, 20, 24. He's always in 24, but he has got 20. He does go on it now and again. If I ask him nicely, he said we need some, like, if we just did some lands and takeoffs and flybasts and Spitfires, would he do a little montage of videos, short little section videos, send them us so I can use them to make up a video? So I can ask him, see what he says.
And I mean, if you want to just do takeoffs and landings, I can certainly help out with that too.
Yeah.
I could just turn off our little like nameplates and then just like spawn in my plane like far away and then like move the camera. In case he says no, I could certainly do my best with it for you guys. So.
Okie doke. Cool. We'll see what he says. I'll pop him a message. See if he can help out.
24, it'll actually be easier because you can get out of your plane in 24. So I could literally like walk to the edge of the runway.
Well, you can do that in 2020 in showcase camera.
Yeah.
You can move anywhere around. It's just I find it hard because I'm using the keyboard to move the camera about. So you can go left, right, up, down, forward, and back, and then there's a zoom somewhere. I haven't found that yet. You're trying to manipulate all that with two hands on the keyboard. It ain't easy.
A little trip.
You're trying to track an airplane, and then as it goes away, you want to be able to zoom it in a bit and then zoom back out.
Yeah.
So it's not easy. I usually end up going the wrong way and stuff. To make a right catch. I've tried. Not my cup of tea. Can't do it. I admit it. I'm tough. Just anything really to emphasise what we're doing to try and get it out there. And try and make it look a bit more professional.
All right, I'm just about to cross the top of descent.
You're quite right in front of me.
All right,
I'm going to be a good boy and follow the proper procedures.
I'm not. Coming in hard and fast. I'm not. I'm a ways behind you at the minute though. Just watching another live at the minute, and someone's come in with the name Pastry Paramedic. It's a cool name.
As you do. Careful you don't try to butter him up.
Oh dear, man. That jokes.
You know it's bad when your missus doesn't even acknowledge them anymore.
I normally get hit in the arm. And that.
So there's panic on downstairs at the moment when I nip down. The skybox is froze. It needs unplugging and just plugging back in. It's just all locked up. So I went down there, grabbed my keys. Oh, Sky's gone off. It's like the life support machine stopped. But the plug socket's right behind like a TV cabinet. It's a real pig to get at. I said, well, sorry, I'm on autopilot. I can't leave it. I've got to go. Left it too. You've got a smart telly. You're going to have 20 other different blooming channels you could watch. You know what I mean? Disney, Prime, Netflix, you name it. There's loads in it.
Can't you just pull the plug out of the skybox, or is it embedded in it?
It's embedded into the skybox, so you've got to unplug it at the socket. Yeah, I did look. I've got to do that. Just want to unplug and plug it back in. It's just locked up.
Yeah.
It's actually, to be honest, it's not actually done that. In a decent box, but it gets hammered in this house. Got the things she watches on it. She's never off the damn thing. It's just a worry because of the types of programs she watches.
Yeah,
It's like, murder, crime. You can see her there with a notebook, making notes. Oh, right, so if I do this, I won't delete that. Right, okay.
But
See it go through it.
My missus does watch a lot of sort of like Chicago PD and stuff like that. And it was actually, was it today or yesterday? She turned around and said, I think we need a new conservatory. A lot of them.
New patio floor, please. I've just got these. It's like once you're going in, I like to be cute, a big DIY stuff. I want a big black bag and some black gaffer tape with a pair of scissors, please. And a big knife while I'm at it.
Yeah.
Not suspicious at all.
Nice.
Yeah, it's not that. She's into period dramas. Oh, and she'll just binge watches. She gets it from her daughters the same. They binge watch. And they'll talk to each other. Oh, what have you watched? Oh, we watched this. Oh, that's good. Right, I'll watch that then. Then they'll sit there, and I'll be up in the morning. We'll have the breakfast and do a bit of stuff in the morning. At lunchtime, she's watching this program. I'll come up here. I'll have a flight. Go down. Have to do some tea. Still watching it. We'll do tea. I come back up here. I'm a bit more flying. I'll go back down maybe mid to the late evening. Go down. She's watching. You still watching this? Oh yeah, I'm on episode 10 now. He will sit there and watch one after another for days and sort of binge watch the whole lot. It's like when she starts and gets into something, can't stop. I've got to watch them all. So if there's a big series that all gets uploaded onto like Netflix or
Oh my goodness.
the Disney, something like that, she will just watch them all.
Robert Percy with the gold mine. Holy cow. Much appreciated, buddy. I haven't seen that animation in a while. Dude, holy cow. Appreciate you, Robert. Now I gotta butter this landing.
Yeah. Minus 50.
Minus 50.
Who started that off? That was Jordan, that, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was, yeah.
I'd be flying like for a while, and suddenly, as soon as it comes to close to landing, he pops in and says minus 50.
It was crazy, yeah. For the span of like 3 weeks, I would like pop into Potatoes Live, and he would be on final, and and so that was my greeting to him was minus 50.
Minus 50.
How's it going? Minus 50.
No pressure at all there, is there? And you always do you find this, Alex? Because you do lives, and Jordan, you're the same. When you're doing a live and there's not many in, they all come in when you're on final and start asking you questions. How do you do that? How do you do that? What's this? What's that? What's that? And, oh, I'm trying to concentrate, trying to land. Shut up! I just
100%.
I've learned to ignore the little chat box that's on my left hand screen. I just blanket, put my blinkers on and then ignore it. It always seems to be just as you're trying to make a land, and you're trying your best to get a good land, and then you see it in the corner of your eye, so it's like bing, 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 these messages coming.
Oh yeah, they wait for you.
Yeah.
Robert, are you streaming, by the way? I haven't seen you live in a while. But yeah, no, it's like I don't know what it is with TikTok, but yeah, they flood you with people right when the runway's in sight.
I've got one in recently in the last week. He comes in when he obviously knows.
No,
what
not yet. We'll
airplanes
be
you
back
can
soon,
barrel
though.
roll in and what you
Oh, with the
don't.
cap. Oh, the cap didn't work. Thank you, Alex. Cheers.
Yeah. He comes in and he just says, "Do a barrel roll," and it's always in when I can't do it in a plane that I know I can't do it in. It's a bugger.
Yeah. Yeah, no, bless him. I did a quick flight this morning from Stansted down to Jersey Airport before I had to quickly jump off and take Mrs. to the dentist. Didn't have time for a go around anything, so I was trying to get a return flight done back. But Charlie, bless him, Charlie Foxtrot jumped straight in as I was on final and literally just sort of like got right in front of me when I was about.
Oh, I think I saw that. I was flicking through. I saw you say, "I don't mind you doing it anywhere else, but not when I'm on final."
I was like, mate, any other day, any other time.
I was just coming in when I saw it.
And I had to go around because it was perfect, and I just saw this Boeing or Airbus or something just literally fly straight in front of me. It's just like, oh, that just put me right off. Just as I flicked off autopilot and my autothrottle off.
Yeah, I get that a lot. If I'm on sort of midday in the daytime, and I'm just generally just having a fly about and doing general flights, I always get the knob who comes in from TikTok. So if he sees me, goes onto Microsoft, sees where I am, and they just start dive bombing you in a plane and they're flying right in front of you. I've just I mean, if it really irritates me, I just pause the live briefing and change the service, and they don't know which server I'm in. But generally speaking, I've learned to just kind of let it go over the end, because If you're just
Yeah.
flying about, they get bored very, very quickly, and they'll soon go. You get about 5 minutes of dive bombing you and getting in the way.
And they get bored.
You just
Yeah,
you get bored.
exactly,
I just don't give many attention.
I
I'm
got
not saying, oh look, when you bug it off, you'll find someone else who knows they'll do it all the more. So
Yeah, exactly.
I had one that like literally intercepted me, and he went onto my stream. He was like, "Hey, I found your live, and then I hopped on Flight Sim and found you. Hope you have a good day." And he like intercepted me and was flying right next to me for about 10 minutes, keeping perfect speed, like it was like a professional. I couldn't have done that if I had 5 years experience. And he was like, "Yeah, see you later." And then he just flew off. I was like, "Man, that was so cool."
you don't mind if they're alongside.
Yeah,
I ain't got an
exactly.
issue with that.
Yeah,
It's when they dive bombing you and they're coming right, because they can see themselves on your live.
yeah.
So they'll come right in front of you, so they can see themselves. So
Mm-hmm.
it's like the Flight Sim trolls, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The version of the troll that come and comment and just like people just for the reaction. I
Mhm.
think some of them are the same. They just come in, they can see themselves, cause a bit of chaos, get a bit of reaction, the
And then
rest of
leave.
Just ignore it,
Yeah,
or
exactly.
just
That's what I
change
mean.
it.
Yes. Oh, what I mean, I don't mind them doing it for like now. I'm on autopilot. I'm doing
Yeah,
nothing.
exactly. Yeah,
But
yeah.
when I'm on final, coming in, and I'm proper concentrating, so I don't want to muck it up, and I want to get a decent
Yeah.
landing for the airline. It's just like
Exactly, yeah. It's just distracting them.
yeah.
And I got to get my spuds up.
Yeah, I need to do some. I've been doing lots of random, short, little piddly things and messing about. I
Yeah.
haven't done any on the hub for a while.
I'm waiting to see what they do on the hub with regards to this FS Air Economy kind of thing, because they've kickstarted developing that again. So
What's that?
there's I'm not too sure what it's going to entail, but I think it might be that you can start spending your spuds in sort of
Right,
like a
yeah.
world economy kind of style
Right.
kind of thing.
So the money you're earning can be used to do something.
Yes, exactly
Makes
that.
sense.
Yeah. What that something is, I do not yet
Yeah.
know. But yeah, they've.
Or even if it gave you access to something
Yeah.
extra, because when you look at the amount of money that's already been generated, or spuds that have been generated, it's quite a fair amount.
Mhm.
So this is piling up, and you think it'd be nice if at some point we say, well, actually, when we get to this amount, it'll open up something else for us
Yeah.
that won't be available to anyone else who hasn't got to that point yet.
I'm assuming it'll be some form of like a career mode that you can opt into, like
It is that. Yeah,
where you
it is
pay
those
for a
lines.
plane and then you have to fly a route and like that sort of stuff, which would be really cool.
I think so. Yeah, I think that's what it
Because-
is.
Because at the minute it's good, but at the end of the day you think, well, I'm doing all these flights, and we're amassing this money in these hours, but it's not going to get us anywhere other than we've got a big pile of money and a lot of hours to our name. It'd
Yeah.
be nice then, because if you got something, well, yeah, when you get this amount, we were thinking of using that to open up this bit or to
Mhm.
enhance it in this way. At least then you know what you're working towards.
Yeah.
Rather than just doing flights. Yeah, we're earning money, we're earning spuds, we're earning hours, but it's not gaining us anything, really.
Yeah, it'd be cool. I have Air Hauler 2. It's a career mode. That's a bit of fun. It's there's a huge learning curve to it though. I'm still learning how to like route passenger flights, but it is a lot of fun if you don't want to do the 2024 career mode. You want to fly a career mode in 22. That's a good fix. But I'm hoping FS Economy kind of takes over that and modernizes it, because it's literally like a 15-year-old software.
Yeah, I dabbled with something like that called NeoFly, which is quite good.
Yeah, NeoFly and Air Hauler, I've done both of them. There's pros and cons to both.
Yeah.
Kind of like what we were talking about, Alex, when you're talking about like the logistics side. I think Air Hauler 2, it like immerses you more. It's like literally a like Excel spreadsheet layout of here's your routes that you could fly. Here's the fuel cost at this airport versus this airport. It itches that scratch, or it scratches that itch in your brain for
Yeah.
logistics. But if FS Economy works out well, I'm hoping it does, because then that'll like all the stuff, career mode and potato aviation combining into one would be really cool.
Exactly.
But speaking of Robert, if you wanted to fly, we have an airline for you to fly with. No, you probably haven't. I don't know when the last time I've seen you fly. It's been a while since Chris has flown. He said he was worried about burnout, so he hasn't flown in a while, which makes sense. But our favorite helimed guy, he's
Never tried flight sim.
You haven't? I swear you did. Because I remember, so we've played Rocket League together. We've played SnowRunner. I thought you were on Flight Sim. That's crazy. Shows my memory. All right, we're hitting China.
No, but been planning to.
Yeah, man, get it. It's a lot of fun. All right, so is 1-6 left the verdict?
I'm going
Or
right.
1-6 right?
Yeah.
I'll try
Side down here.
I'll try landing, getting off, and turning around and catching your guys' landings, because I think you guys are a bit behind me. At least Potato is. Alex is catching up a bit.
As I say, I'm being a good boy and following the proper procedures.
1087.
Inbound 16 right by the dumb 82 star, transitioning MP1.
Oh yeah, see, I can get away with that because I can't fly GPS. But I'd, in theory, be getting vectored through the approach, but...
Yeah.
I gotta up my carb.
Do it manually on the descent as well because I don't have VNAV on this plane.
Fun. Alright. Level it out.
Going to be
Okay. So... how far out am I?
to 6.
Okay. On your 6. Oh, there you are. I don't know why my F-15s don't show up. They're just really fast A320s. Alright, so as soon as I cross this...
What's the ILS code? 108.7.
Alright, I hope that works. I am landing at Pudong, Zulu Sierra Papa Delta. It's right on the coastline here. I'll be taking a left. Alright, I'll stop at about 2,000, and then I'll see if the ILS will work. I'm not going to hold my breath. But one of these days, it's going to be a cloudy day wherever I'm landing, and I won't be able to see, and it won't work.
Yeah, minimums will get called. Can't see a thing.
We don't do go-arounds here at Emerald Air. So
Fast with the fuel.
pray to whatever God you believe in, and we're doing it first time.
Oh, I'm banging on the money.
All right. So start getting our flaps down. All right. To our localizer. Please turn. Yeah, it's that runway right there. All right, should be turning. Come on. Alright, whatever. I'll do it. Another day, another missed ILS. Alright. 1-6.
Surely you programmed in the ILS frequency.
Yeah, it's something. I think it has to do with the angle I'm going at, because
Oh, okay. Where you got to inset the glide slope and everything.
well, it's super barbaric. It's literally a notch where the gyro pilot is.
Right.
You tune it, and it'll have on the CDI the horizontal line will be your glide slope, and then the vertical line is your localizer. So, in theory, you turn the switch to ILS, and it'll capture the localizer and the glide slope. But
Right.
for some reason, it doesn't work as often as it should. I've had it work a couple times on me, but that's it. All right, gear down. To go max
Right.
flaps. How much was the DC6? I think it was between like 40 and $50, right? It's not as bad as the 777s and the 737s from PMDG. It's its most affordable plane outside of, I think, the 737-600's cheaper, but it's a good plane if you like old school non-GPS flying, VOR hopping, the such. All right. Let's see it. I'll get LRM up. There you go, so y'all can see what I land at. Coming in a bit fast. Oh, I smashed it. 233.
Nice.
Yeah. For a slower plane, I should be getting lower, but it's alright. I'll turn around and catch you guys. I was on a butter streak for a while. I had like the -5 or whatever, like a week or so ago. That was an act of God.
Doesn't have for nothing. What if it blue moon? I might get one of them.
And then, yeah, I had a few good ones before I left. All right. So I'll catch potatoes and then I'll be on my merry way. One thing I want to do is get into some form of a schedule. Like have a dedicated time throughout the week that I stream. 'Cause I think that'll help get the community together, you know, and you can kind of anticipate.
Get into routine now.
Yeah, so I'm going to hope to do that here shortly. I'm going to be perched on the grass. You'll have a bit of a headwind, or a tailwind.
Yes, I've noticed.
Alright. I'm going to end YouTube here. So, first one back in a while. Here in China. 9 legs in. About 40 more to go. So I will catch you guys next time. See ya.